Hi everybody. I've been watching videos on YouTube about young moms whose baby's dads wasn't like in the picture or wasn't around or either didn't want nothing to do with them or didn't want nothing to do with the baby or stuff like that. I just want to say I know what you're going through. I feel y'all pain and stuff like that. Most of y'all, your babies are already born and the dad still has nothing to do with him. I'm only 6 months old, and I mean, not 6 months old. I'm 6 months pregnant, and like in the past 2 months, the baby daddy hasn't been around. But first off, I wanted to share my story about everything and how I got into the situation I'm in. My best friend has been telling me to do one for like since I got pregnant, but it's been hard to like actually sit down, be able to explain everything, and like not having to like break down or whatever. But now I'm like taking a break from my schoolwork because we're doing poetry and it sucks terribly. So I wanted to like do this video, whatever, and explain like everything or whatever. So first off, I want to begin by I'm 21. This is not my first baby. This is actually my third baby, and this is my fourth pregnancy. I will be turning 22 July 3rd of this year, so it's not that far away because the baby's coming in like 3 months, and I turned 22 2 months after that. So about 5 more months and I'll be 22. Yay me. Not really. Um, when I was 15, I started dating this guy who was, I think, 18 or 19. He was older than me. And we had broken up and got back together and broken up and got back together a few times. Before I started high school, because this was all over the summer of '06, before my high school year, I had turned 16 over the summer, and me and this guy we was always together during the summer break, and I had questioned him about would things change when I went to school, would he mess around on me while I was in school and stuff like that. And to me, it was like he was really faithful, he never told any lies. For him being an older person and me only being like 16, he never tried anything, never pushed me into anything or anything like that. Well, I was, I went to school in August. Everything was fine. Days I got out of school early, I was able to go see him. Weekends, I spent the whole weekend with him and stuff like that. Well, we had a little situation because, of course, I was still a virgin. He wasn't. And that was like a big deal for him. Well, he ended up cheating on me and sleeping with a girl who was like 13 or 14. I'm not sure how old she was. And that like put a big old like problem in our relationship. I would hardly talk to him. I stopped going to visit him and stuff like that. Well, in October, I had decided that it was time for us to end the relationship because me being 16 and me being a virgin was like a big problem with him, and like I wasn't ready for anything like that. So I broke up with him and I met a guy who I thought was totally different from anyone else. He didn't actually ask me to go out, and I've been knowing him for 2 years because this was my sophomore year. Yeah, this was my sophomore year, 10th grade. So I've been knowing him since I started high school. And we had like the same class. If I'm not mistaken, it was like 6-hour home ec. But we had the same class, and he didn't ask me to go out first. He actually asked me to go to homecoming with him, which that year I wasn't planning on going because I didn't have a date, and most of my friends didn't have dates either. So we was all gonna plan to like do something together on that night. Well, for the past few days, because this was this was before October. Homecoming was right before the Rice Festival. Okay? And like, no! He didn't knock! He didn't knock. Go watch your movie. Now. And, well, for the past, I think it was 3 weeks before, well, we talked like every day on the phone, like our friendship got stronger and stuff like that. Well, I thought he was different from the last guy I dated. You know, he told me just about everything I wanted to hear. And, you know, like, he was just a really good friend. He was always there when I needed someone, in times of need and stuff like that. We hung out a lot, you know, we, like, wrote letters, of course. That was, like, this big thing in high school. And then after a while, like, we were just opening up to each other. You know, he told me how he really felt about me, and that us hanging out and talking a lot, it got us closer together, and his feelings just, like, gotten stronger and stuff like that. Well, on October 2nd, he actually told me, like, everything how he felt, and he actually asked me out. Well, in my family, I can't date anybody or see anybody or go be with anybody unless my daddy met him, and that was, like, really scary. My dad at the time was, like, a really big alcoholic. He played with guns most of the time when he was drunk. It was just, like, it was really scary. Well, he was the only guy that I know who actually came over to my house, knowing where I live, and he talked to my dad and asked my dad if he can date me and if he can bring me to homecoming and stuff like that. Well, my dad said yeah. My dad liked him. You know, he was like the oh my god perfect guy that my dad like. It was just crazy. And so we started dating, and we went to homecoming together, which, I mean, it wasn't my best homecoming and stuff like that. Well, we went to the Rice Festival and, like, all that good stuff together. We dated for a while, and it seemed like we were just dating, and, like, everything was so perfect. Like, we was always talking on the phone. We go out on dates to the movies, eat out. I loved his family. They was, like, so nice. I would go over sometimes after school and we do homework together and stuff like that. Well, about a year, not even a year after we was married, together, he had come and questioned my dad about marrying me after I turned 17, and if my dad would be kind enough and sign the papers and stuff like that. Well, my dad said yes and stuff like that. Well, it was like about 10, 11 months after we was together. We ended up getting married. We waited till after I turned 17, which was July. I turned 17 July 3rd of 2007, and we got married July 12th, 2007. About a few weeks after we got married, like, all kinds of, like, truthful stuff came out. Like, the whole time we was together, he was still, like, trying to mess around with his ex-girlfriend. He was talking about how he wanted to, like, have sex with all kinds of girls, and once again, he was another guy that he was not a virgin, and I still was. It was told to me that he was talking to his ex-girlfriend a lot on the phone by a really, really good friend of mine, and he was telling the girl how, you know, he loved her and not me, and how, you know, I was just like a fling or something. It didn't mean anything and stuff like that. So after we got married, a lot has came out, like a lot. And I mean, I didn't want to be 17 and got married and then divorced a few years later. So, you know, the past was the past. So we figured, you know, we would just move forward, start over, you know, everything like that. We didn't tell no one what happened, you know, or anything like that. Well, we decided that since we was married and stuff like that, I had done dropped out of school and started going to adult education to get my GED. And he had quit school to get a job because he was like about to be 20, still in like the 9th or 10th grade. So like we was no longer in high school, so the whole high school drama and stuff like that was behind us. He worked and I went to get my GED and stuff like that, and we had agreed that we would start our family. And we tried for like 6 months for me to get pregnant. And in October of 2007, I ended up pregnant, and I was going to school, and in November of 2007, I was in my 7th week of pregnancy. I ended up having a miscarriage. I spent 3 days in the hospital. You know, he was by my side. This was also around Thanksgiving of that time. If I'm not mistaken, it was November 22nd of 2007. They had let me go home. I passed it at home. It was really painful for the both of us because, I mean, we tried so much and so hard because we wanted, you know, a family so bad. Well, you know, we grieved and stuff. We never talked about it to anyone. We never, you know, everybody let everybody know not to talk about it in front of us and stuff like that. We also was going through a lot because for some reason he was like not so faithful. He was still trying to mess around with other girls and stuff like that. After a while, well, yeah. Thank you. Go watch a movie. A video. Go watch a movie. Go watch Puss in Boots. Go watch Puss in Boots. Well, yeah. Go watch Puss in Boots. I'm not going, Daddy. That does not work. Well, yes, you that is at work. Go watch your movie. Daddy works at Aaron. Yes, he does work at Aaron. My little girl, she's just crazy. 3 months after I had the miscarriage, I had missed a period by 1 day, and I told my dad that I was gonna go to the store and get a test or whatever. When that test came back positive, I hurried up and called my husband, and I told him what was going on and stuff like that. Well, through my pregnancy with my little girl, he was still messing around with all kinds of girls. He was trying to get back with his ex-girlfriend, and it was just crazy. Well, I figured after I had my daughter, everything would be different, but it wasn't. About 4 months, either it was 4 or 5 months after I had my daughter, I found out I was pregnant again for my son, and things still didn't change. He was still talking to other girls. He was still trying to get them to date him behind my back. 2 of these girls he tried to mess with was my cousins. He was trying to mess with girls on Facebook. He was questioning them about having sex. And, like, as we got older, it got worse. About a year ago, I would have to say. Not even a year ago. This was before my birthday, so it was like in June. Go. So in June, I was told that he was trying to mess with one of my cousins who was 15 through Facebook. Well, I wanted to know if it was true or not, so I went and I searched his Facebook mail and stuff like that. Which I found nothing. No proof of what was going on, or anything like that. Well, a few weeks after that had, went away, my younger sister had told me that he had questioned her about having sex because I was no good and he wanted to know what she was like. Yes, you can. You finished? Pull your pants out. And, it was just crazy. So once again, I went back through the messages, try to find what she was talking about, and stuff like that. Well, hold on. Yeah, please. Yeah. Pull the back up. And, found nothing once again. Well, I did find, yeah, go watch a movie, Jaden. You're not funny. Well, I did find a few messages that was tried to delete, but, for some reason, I don't think he knew how to delete them. Well, I read them, and one of them he was talking about her, sending them pictures on the phone. He wanted to see her naked and stuff like that. And, they was trying to meet up somewhere one day and, to have sex and stuff like that. So after going through 5 years of just complete dishonesty, him always messing around with me, I'm always finding pictures of naked girls in his phone and crazy messages on Facebook. I mean, I just couldn't take it anymore. So I questioned him about it. I printed the message out. And I told him that I knew and that, our relationship was just over. That I couldn't do it anymore. There was no reason for me to stay in a relationship if he was cheating on me all the time or wanted to cheat on me all the time and stuff like that. He threw in my face that, it was stupid what I was doing because I was letting Facebook ruin our marriage and splitting up our family, which, I mean, I wasn't the one who wrote the messages on Facebook. He did. I did not cause his actions, If he so much cared about his family, he shouldn't have did it. I mean, he kind of knew the consequences of if I was to find out he was trying to sleep with somebody else. We split up in July, right after my birthday. And then him staying here, we fought all the time. The whole time we was split up and he was still here, he wanted to work things out, change, make everything right, prove to me that he still wanted his family. He loved me, and he was just talking, and he really wasn't going to do it. But the whole time he was here, I would fall asleep, and he wouldn't go to sleep. He would stay up on Facebook talking to other girls. There was 3 of the girls that I found out after I found out I was pregnant that he was trying to actually get with right after we split up. And And he talked to this one chick so long. And it was like a 24-hour thing. Like, every time I turned around, he was talking to her on Facebook. If he wasn't on Facebook, he was texting her on the phone. And I mean, it was just crazy. Like, it was crazy. Well, he ended up moving out in August. So basically, you know, I never questioned about if he was talking to anybody, if he wanted to be with anybody while he was gone. Like, I really didn't care. Well, when we had split up and he moved out, I started talking to a guy that I knew my whole entire life. Like, my first crush, first love, first whatever you want to call it, was actually his younger brother. So, I knew who he was and stuff like that. Well, we started talking, and he was going through the same situation with his girlfriend, or baby mama, as you want to call it. Just like I was going through it with my husband. Well, we started hanging out when, the kids was with, their dad, and, we was talking about, you know, how he handled it all, and what I can do to get through it, and stuff like that. And, we was not dating, but we started to, let's see, mess around, I guess you could put it, or sleeping together, or however you want to put it. Well, at the same time, you know, we was, you know, doing this, it was like, I didn't tell anybody. Like, nobody knew what was going on. They only figured that we was friends because, it was like, I knew him since I was like 13 or 14 years old. My mom and his mom was like best of friends. So like, I've been knowing him a long time. Well, I was still like sleeping with my husband and stuff, even though like we wasn't together or anything like that, because he said he didn't want to sleep with nobody else, and it was only me. He was trying to prove to me that he, you know, wanted his family back and stuff like that. Well, come to find out, while he was away, well, at, you know, where he was living at, he was getting girls to go meet him over there. And, he kissed one of them. He had questioned a girl about them starting to talk and date because we wasn't together anymore, and that he always liked it her and stuff like that. I think there was 2 girls he got to go meet him over there. I don't know if they did anything. He says no, but I don't know. I know they kissed and stuff like that. When I had told him I was sleeping with another guy, and that I had missed my period, and things just didn't feel right. Well, I took a home pregnancy test on September 16th, and, well, I took 3 home pregnancy tests September 16th, and 2 out of 3 come back positive, 1 come back negative. So I called my husband and I let him know, what was going on, and he was like, he was acting like devastated, but yet he was doing the same thing, like he was sleeping with somebody else. Well, I had told the other guy that I was pregnant and stuff like that, and, at that time, I didn't know if the baby was for the other guy or my husband. So, I mean, they both knew about each other, and they both knew it was like a 50-50 chance that the baby was either or. So, from the time my husband found out I was pregnant, he stood by my side, even though we wasn't together. He come to all the doctor visits I had. He was there for like all the ultrasounds, blood work, and like all that. Well, I had found out that my due date was June 2nd, and I wasn't as far as the doctor thought I was. So unfortunately, the baby was not my husband's. It came back to be the other guy's. The day we found that out, my husband actually opened up and told me he had he was trying to carry on a relationship with a girl, and they ended up sleeping together and stuff like that. And he he had constantly thrown in my face the wrong I've done, and getting pregnant for another guy was the reason why he slept with this girl and stuff like that. He also had he started developing feelings for the girl, and what do you want? I'm busy, Jay. You can play. Go watch Puss in Boots, and then I'll go fix us some lunch. Go watch. Go watch a movie. Go. Go watch a movie. Yeah, go watch a movie. And well, come to find out, they talked for like longer than what he. Okay, I'll fix some lunch. Like, he had they was texting and calling each other and stuff like that. He was talking to her while he was at work, and I mean, it was like, he said it was like only a 2-day thing, whatever. He only did it to get back at me for what I'd done and stuff like that. Like, basically making me feel sorry for what I'd done and guilty, but yet he was doing the same thing. And well, we ended up getting back together, and we agreed upon to tell what happened while we were split up. No, not holding anything back, no matter how much it hurt and stuff like that. Well, unfortunately, he held stuff back. He lied about a lot and changed his story so many times. Well, he told me one story about how it happened, what happened between him and a girl, and like, I stuck to it. I didn't want to hear it again. I didn't want to know what happened. Oh, bruh. Go put it up! And, so I left it at that. I didn't want him talking to her no more. I didn't want him talking to me about her anymore. Like, I just didn't want to hear anything about her. Well, I only talked to the other guy when I went to a doctor's visit, or when he called or texted about how everything was going and stuff like that. At the beginning of my pregnancy, I had a lot of complications. I started spotting a few times. I was cramping terribly, to the point to where I thought I was having a miscarriage. So I was like in and out of the hospital most of my first trimester. And I mean, he would call when he knew I was in the hospital and stuff like that. He told me that, you know, I didn't do this on my own, that he was going to be here to help me. And, this was his child, and he was going to take responsibilities for it and stuff like that. Well, I believed him. And as I'm trying to work out my marriage, I was trying to hope that my baby's dad would, like, be in her in its life and stuff like that. And, hold on, she's, like, kicking me, and it hurts. Well, we made an agreement, me and my husband, about the whole situation with the baby daddy and stuff like that. Well, I turned 13 weeks pregnant. I got a phone call, nasty voicemail from the baby daddy saying that he didn't want nothing to do with me, he didn't want nothing to do with the baby, and all kinds of stuff. And so, like, I mean, that, like, hurt, because, I mean, I know what it's like to go my whole entire life without having, like, no real dad in my life. And, here, go put this in the bathroom.
Okay.
Go put it in the bathroom. And, so, I knew what it would be like. Oh, excuse me. And, well,
Mama, Didi.
Well, my husband agreed that he would step up and be the dad to the baby and stuff like that, and like we was gonna work our marriage out. And watch my stuff. Watch. Sit down. Don't knock nothing down, cause I gotta read that.
I'm not gonna read it.
No, I'm doing something with it. And
No, not read it.
no, I'm doing something. Oh, stop. And
Hey, Mom.
yeah, and
Good morning.
shh. And so about a few weeks after that, he started calling and texting, wanted to know how the baby was, wanted to know how I was doing, and all kinds of stuff like that. Well, as nice as I was, I told him. Well, I had found out when I was 14 weeks that I was having a girl. I did not tell the baby daddy I was having a girl. My sister actually called him and told him congratulations, he was having a girl and stuff like that, because he thought my phone was turned off, because, I mean, it was supposed to be turned off, but I never told him it wasn't getting turned off. Well, I had, let's see, my husband was starting to come out more about the little situation that him and that girl was having and stuff like that. And he was telling me how he brought her to go eat out places in Lafayette. And he chilled with her to her house. And, like, all kinds of stuff. Like, stuff that I just really didn't want to hear. So me and him, like, didn't speak for a few days. You know, I couldn't stand to be around him. It was just bad. Well, I turned 20 weeks, and it was confirmed the baby was a girl. She was not turning into a boy, or there was no boy parts or anything like that. It was a girl. So I had called the baby daddy, and I had let him know, you know, it is official. She's a girl. You know, her name is Zoe Elizabeth, and stuff like that. Well, after that, that was the last time I spoken to him. I turned 25 weeks today.
Oh, look, a baby.
Yes. And I haven't talked to him since. He does not contact me about her. He does not text me, call me. He just is like he don't care. I don't think that it's my responsibility to, like, call him and let him know about his daughter and stuff like that. Because, I mean, frankly, if he don't want to be in her life, I don't care. Like, she's gonna have a daddy, whether it's her real dad or, I mean, my husband. Like, since I've gotten pregnant, like, my husband has been doing everything. Like, every doctor's visit I go to, he was there. Every ultrasound visits I went to, he was there. When I'm in pain, like, he's there.
Mama.
No. And, like, usually when I'm, like, hurting really bad, it's because, like, she's in a certain position and I can't get her to move. So I would go, like, soak in the tub and stuff, and, like, he helps me out a lot. he is also willing to sign like the birth certificate as her dad and stuff like that. Since she's been born, he has gotten like all kinds of stuff for her, like clothes, bottles, like all kinds of stuff she needs. He has gotten it. I haven't received any money. I haven't received any items for my baby from her dad, her real dad. So it's like he doesn't care. And I haven't spoken to him in 5 weeks. I know he found out I was moving, but it was said that I was moving to Lafayette. And he did not contact me and question me about it. He did not ask me where I was going or anything like that. He went to my mom. I thought that was like pretty stupid. My mom also is not telling him anything because she's just as pissed off and upset as I am. My husband has not missed any doctor's visit unless it was like an emergency visit. And, you know, it was like, yeah. So, I also have like a really close best friend who is like also helping me with the baby stuff and all that. Like, it's like unbelievable. All the help I'm getting. And just to know that I thought, you know, I was going to do this on my own and stuff like that. Things between me and my husband are getting just a little bit better. We don't fight as much because, I mean, most of the times we fought. Was over the baby daddy situation because most of the times he was just as pissed off as everybody else. But Zoe's last name is going to go under Crater, which is my husband's last name, and her dad on the birth certificate will also be my husband's name too. So it's like, I know how it is that the real dad's not going to be in the baby's life because, you know, I'm guessing he don't want to take responsibilities for his actions. But, I mean, I do have somebody else who is going to be here for me and stuff like that. A while back, me and the baby daddy has gotten into it. Turn that down. Huh? Turn that down. Oops. And it was said that he didn't want he didn't want my or our daughter, as he said it, to call another man dad. But I mean, if you look at it, like, he hasn't been here since I was pregnant. Like, I actually was woman enough to go face to face to him and tell him I was pregnant. And he, you know, he said he was going to be there. He said he was going to help me as much as he could. But yet, he's, like, nowhere's around. Like, you got a baby on the way. Like, can't you call or a text or something to figure out what's going on? Like, I don't know. Just, like, childish. But he don't want another man's baby. Like, he don't want our baby to call another man daddy. But yet, you know, this other man is like my husband. So he's been here through like 5 months now. He's been here because like we got back together right after I found out I was pregnant, and like he's been here through the whole 5 months of my relation, or you know, my pregnancy. So you know, it's like you don't want your child to call another man dad, but yet you're not here. Like, you're not around, you're not calling to check up on her, you're not even making an effort to get her anything or whatever. Like, look at it this way, like, you ain't got no job, you ain't giving me no money, and like, you're not even calling to check up on your daughter. Like, but yeah, you're gonna sit there and say you don't want your daughter to call another man dad. Like, this other man is buying stuff for your daughter, going to every doctor's visit, and, you know, afraid that your daughter, something's wrong with her, you know, already is, like, loving her and knows her, like, his own, but yet, where you at? like, you don't come to no doctor visit. You don't send me no money. You don't buy nothing for your child. Like, nothing. I haven't received anything. And, like, this other guy is, like, on my side. Like, 24/7. Doctor visits, hospital visits, you know, everything. And then, when I have the baby, who's going to be by my side while I'm in labor? Who's going to be by my side in delivery? You know, who's going to cut my daughter's umbilical cord? Who's going to come home and wake up every 2 hours when this baby cries and buy stuff when this baby needs? Not you. So, of course, my daughter is going to call my husband daddy. Because, basically, the way it's going, the only thing she's going to know as her dad is my husband. And what aggravates me is there is no way that you're not going to be around through my whole pregnancy or half of my pregnancy because, yeah, so 20 weeks made half pregnancy. So the rest that I have, it's already been a month and a week that I haven't been contacted by the baby daddy. And I know for a fact that when she's born, that's when he's gonna want to be a daddy. And yeah, that's not gonna happen. Like, what's going on right now is, like, he should have stepped up a long time ago to, like, be the dad or whatever and made an effort instead of, like, making me do it everything and, like, call him and let him know about his own child when he knew exactly when I went to the doctors, he knew exactly when I got out, and he knew exactly what the doctor visit was. But yet, I still had to be the one to call him and let him know. So, like, there's no way that if you're not going to be around for 5 months, like, I'm just going to up and let you see your daughter? Okay, whatever. I wasn't born yesterday. But I know what's going to happen, and what this guy don't realize is that we already contacted people about it, like federal law people about it. I already got a lawyer booked up for me if something stupid, he tries to pull something stupid. Like, you don't want this to happen? Dude, you should have started being a dad a long time ago. Like, I have 1 month left of being with my husband, and all my husband has to do is sign that birth certificate. And that's a wrap. Like, my husband has legal rights to this baby. You know, this baby is legally his, and the baby daddy has no say so. So, I mean, it's just like, what is that? You don't even know. And, you know, like, some guys out there is just, like, really freaking childish, and it just so happened I kind of stumbled upon one of them. But I mean, me, like, just because you're pregnant for a guy who has something to do with you, don't even stress over it. Like, that baby only needs one person in his life, and that's you, the mama. Like, I mean, it's better, it's a lot easier to have, like, somebody else, but I mean, ain't no man gonna bring me down. But, I know some people are gonna say that, I'm wrong for what I'm doing, but I mean, I have a great point. Like, the baby daddy has, like, I'm the 10th person he got pregnant. Like, yeah. And then there's a girl that is, she's due in a month. No, she's due in April with a boy, and he's denied her baby since, like, she got pregnant. So, I mean, it's just crazy. Like, it's just crazy. But, she's basically doing the same thing I'm doing. Like, she's doing what's best for her son, just like I'm gonna do what's best for my daughter. But, like, I don't know. Like, a bunch of people saying I was wrong. A bunch of people said I did the right thing. Which, I mean, I'm not gonna call him and, like, tell him about his own child when he should be, you know, I'm doing my part. I'm making sure I'm eating healthy. I'm making sure I'm drinking healthy. I'm making sure I'm not doing drugs or drinking alcohol or doing like all kinds of stuff so I can give birth to a healthy baby. And all he has to do is like not even once a day, just like once or twice a week, can call or text or check up on his child. Like, you can't even do that. Like, something's wrong with you. So, I mean, what I'm doing, I think, is the right thing to do. Like, my child will have a dad, and, you know, it's not gonna be, oh, well, her real dad. I mean, I'm gonna let her know about her real dad. You know, like my mama let me know about my real dad. And so, like, I'm not gonna not tell my daughter about her dad. You know, I'm gonna explain everything to her and stuff like that when she gets older. So, if she chooses not to, you know, want to find her real dad, then that's her problem, not mine. You know, that's, you know, she chose it on her own. And I'm not gonna, like, brainwash her. That's just so stupid and childish. Like, I'm gonna tell her the truth. Like, you know, he just didn't call and check up on you. Like, apparently he don't want nothing to do with you or something, you know. I mean, if she has, like, I'm not gonna get her to go upon of what I say because, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to her, but, like, I'm pretty sure she's gonna find out her own, like, her own way, you know. So I don't know. So, but, like, that's, yeah, my story and stuff like that. So, and my daughter is, like, getting hungry, I'm getting hungry, and God only knows what my son's doing in his room. So I'm gonna end this video. If anybody wants to leave, like, their opinion about the situation, you feel free, you know, am I doing the wrong thing, or am I doing the right thing? You know, do you think it's wrong that, the baby daddy hasn't contacted me in, like, over a month about his daughter? And, you know, like, you can leave your opinion. So, well, I'm gonna end this video, and I'm gonna go check on my kid, because my daughter's sitting right here, playing on my Nook. So, and then I got schoolwork to do. So I'm gonna end this video, and I will be making more later. I think I have, like, 2 videos I have to make. Yeah, so, I'm gonna end this video. I know I said that more than once, but, leave your opinion. You can also subscribe to my videos. I'm gonna try to do a few, like, every week. I know I will be doing my updates on the pregnancy every week. I got an update coming Friday or Thursday afternoon, because I have a doctor's visit Thursday morning. So, bye y'all, and, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.